Alright, welcome back. My name is Para. This video is going to be on sniping entries. How you can trade like a sniper because it's actually pretty easy. We're on the NASDAQ charts. I'm going to take you through some trade recaps and tell you how very easily, without even knowing bias, you can snipe entries. So, here we are on the NASDAQ chart. Okay, let's start with the daily levels. Let's start with liquidity. You have to understand where the target liquidity is going to be. Let's go on Friday here. We have these two equal lows. Let's mark previous day's lows, highs and lows, just like this. Let's go on to 15 minutes and go back here. What do we see here? This is the previous day high. We have swept that. We can see we have equal highs, two equal highs, again equal highs, highs right there, there. We sweep everything there. Afterwards, we displace, return to this little break here, and nuke down. This was a trade of mine. Very simple trade. A lot of things to take into account. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some trade recaps, take you through my thought process, and everything that I used in order to find these sniper level entries, and that should give you an idea of how easy it is to do the same. Before we get deeper, I am working on my own trading course. It's called Renaissance, and I'm going to take you from 0 to 100 when it comes to ICT concepts. Now, this is not finished. It's not just 6 sections. There's going to be way more, more trade recaps, everything, and I'm going to add to this over time. So when you get access to the course and you see all these sections, just know that every week I'm going to add multiple videos to the course. I'm going to add trade recaps, more advanced concepts. I'm going to remake some of the videos. I'm going to add more to the sections. This is not completely finished, but as you can see, we start from who the fuck ICT is, all the way up to sequence of reversals, sequence of continuations, and high probability turtle soups. This is not easy stuff. It needs a lot of studying to get there. This course, I'll take you through it, and it's not going to cost you much, right? I've seen other trading courses, people getting their students to pay them $600. We are not going to do that. Make sure you join my Discord server. I have a lot of free content if you want to learn. I have a roadmap for you even if you want to study. I have everything for you there. But if you want to learn from me, I have this. Join my Discord server and let's talk more. Anyway, back to the charts. Previous days highs and lows. Why is this important? Why are time-based liquidities important? Let's talk about previous days highs and lows. Let's imagine the previous day high. We can see we have liquidity built up here. We have low resistance liquidity. Liquidity that's like a trend line like this. That's a lot of liquidity. Why? Why is this important? Because imagine this. You're in a trading center, you're Wall Street, and the highest price that Bitcoin, for example, traveled to or ran up to yesterday was $80. Just an example. Today, it went up to $90. What does that tell you? That means price is more expensive than yesterday. This is as easy as we can make supply and demand. What's it called? Premium and discounts. Price goes into a premium level, right? Right here, goes into a premium level. Turtle soups it. I have a turtle soup guide if you don't know what that is. Turtle soups it. Displaces. Let's zoom in on the displacement here. We have a fair value gap here. Gets completely broken. We have this low here. We close below almost. Retracement here. Nuke lower. You missed this move? Did you miss this? That's completely fine. We have another gap right here that we tap into. Where does this take us? Right after these two equal lows. These two equal lows. Very simple. Do you always need an SMT? No. This is as simple as it gets. Find liquidity, wait for it to get swept, wait for a confluence. It's better if the confluence is a CISD, and then take the trade. Let's go to the next trade, which was around, not this. This was not the cleanest, so I'm not going to take you here. Right here, on Thursday. So, what am I thinking before? We have a big gap here. And then we have this low. Price hasn't really mitigated this low. It just retraced into it a bit and continued higher. Price has to go back into this gap. Market has two objectives. Remember, market has two objectives: to target liquidity and fill any imbalances. So we come back here, we retrace into it to continue higher, to hit whatever levels. For example, maybe we came here into this gap, whatever. It has its own objectives. Next day, Thursday, we get a little reversal. We know our target is here, because if it's not here, it's going to be up here, right? Up here does make sense, but first price wants to come into this. Now, how do we decide on bias? We don't have bias. We don't know if it wants to go up there or not. We don't know if it wants to go down here. We don't know. It's a hard topic. Let's go in 3 minutes. Let's go in 3 minutes. And let me enable this so we can see all the true opens, which kind of sucks, honestly. Anyway, so midnight open, we sweep, we move higher, and then we start moving back a little lower. Now here, when you see this kind of trade or this kind of setup, you might think, yeah, it wants to continue higher. But then what do we see? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, displacement. Trades back into where? Where did this trade back into? This gap. And then completely continues lower. Right at 3 a.m. Sorry, 9:30 a.m. 9:30, takes this low, tries to move around a bit, back into this gap, fails to displace, continues lower and lower, and then perfectly comes into our liquidity. This is as simple as it gets. Now, this is a complicated day. I did not trade on. This is not something I want to trade because it's not clean. Really, it's not clean. Look at this chart. Tell me it's clean. It's not clean. Wait for clean price action, right? Now, this one, a monster which I caught. Very, very simple. You may see this and then you're like, what the fuck, Pero? You caught this? I caught it on paper. I'm not going to be dishonest with you. But Pero, when you caught it on paper, why are you even saying you took this? Because this is my strategy. Now, the reason I took it on paper was because I was not home at the time. This was around Friday at 6. I was outside. I was on my way somewhere. Well, I still wanted to take this trade, so I said, fuck it. I'm not going to take it on my live platform account, which is breaking my rules. Don't trade on your phone. Trading on your phone is suicidal. Instead, what I'm going to do is, fine, I'll take a paper trade. Not bad. I'll take a paper trade. So, what do we see here? Around 7, okay? This is what made it clear. Let's go in 1 minute, even. We have accumulation right here. Maybe it's equal lows. Manipulation. Nukes lower, takes it. Creates a CISD, a breaker block around this level. Taps into it, goes up. There's more into it. 650 to 710. 650 to 710. This is just an extra confluence. The price swept this low as soon as it got into this macro timing at 7. 650 to 710. Runs back up, displaces this, and acts as a breaker and continues. It's really as simple. If you don't have a bias within the day, look at the internal power of 3. On the 15 minutes, this looks way cleaner. What do we see here? Sweep into this gap, bam, moves higher. Really that simple. Even if you look at it from a true open standpoint, open, high, low, continue higher. We sweep this, continue higher. What other confluences do we have, Pero? We have all this liquidity here. That's like a trend line. Low resistance, liquidity. Look at this. All of it. And also, look at the daily low on Thursday. We swept this low, and bam, it just continued higher. It's an extra confluence. Let's go on the daily. What do we see on the daily? We don't see much, but look at Monday. And then look at Wednesday. How we closed above here. So our target would be here, wouldn't it? Would it not be? Sorry, this was on Friday. So let's go back. There we go, right there. Sweeps previous day highs. Maybe there's an SMD here. Now, if you watch my daily bias video, you might be like, Para, why did this not go lower? If we close with a wick? Because you have to understand the intraday price action also. If you go on the 4 hour, it looks like this. Does this look bearish to you? No, this looks like a target to up here to me. It's really this simple, man. Sweep this high, go back into the gap. That's filling the gap back up into here. Now, what if we come back into this 4 hour gap? Bam, continue higher into here. It's really that simple. Now, how long have I been recording for? 11 minutes. Let's keep it going. Bitcoin. I've been trading a lot of Bitcoin. There's a lot of clean price action here. Let's go on the monthly. What do you see? I see this, and then I see this big gap. And then we realize, oh wait, big gap. Market likes to fill imbalances, doesn't it? The market loves to fill imbalances. Weekly, look how clean this is. We also have Trump jerking off at I don't know the date, but he's gonna jerk off soon. We have that. That's brain dead. It tells me, all right, if Trump gets in, obviously crypto is gonna go higher. Before anything happens, they're gonna push prices back down. They're going to push prices back down to fill an imbalance, to go below the lows, to give a discount level for buyers to get into the markets. The buyers, they're not retarded. Trump's not gonna buy in this shit. Trump's not gonna buy around here. No. Trump is going to buy around here. Below all of these lows, below all of them. Let's go into 15 minutes. What do we see? We see the sweep. We see the sweep right here. Right? We see this right there. At when? We see it at 9:30. 9:30. NYSE 9:30. So this is not hard. Be right back. I'm gonna real quick light up a cigarette. Back to this. Sweeps does what? Displaces this high. Breaker. Bam. You missed it? That's completely fine. I missed it too. I did not take the trade here. I did not take the trade. Instead, I took this. Same concept. Power up tree. Bam. Look at all these lows. Swept. Railed. What happened afterwards? Bam. Breaker. CISD. Took my entry right around there. It's around here where I took my entry, but I keep it here. Alright? Bam. Targeting where? Remember. We swept the lows. We tapped into an imbalance. Where is our next targets? What does the market want to do? Market wants to fill imbalances and it wants to target liquidity. By knowing this and knowing that price just tapped into an imbalance, we know it wants to go for liquidity on the other fucking side. Got it? Is that complicated? Now, we're up here, right? We start running lower, and our target is these lows, right? Our target is these lows, whatever. Where was the line that I drew with the gap? I think it's like here. I'm not sure. Yeah, whatever. Price wants to run down here. It's in the middle of accumulation, right? So we have this big gap here. that price taps into. But Para, it hasn't tapped into it. It has on many exchanges. It's just that charts are different for every exchange. Let's go on to 15 minutes. This is our gap right there. And this is Monday. What does Monday do? Accumulates, sweeps it, continues lower. Isn't that very simple? When you go back on the daily, you can see right here, this is the Monday candle. This is Tuesday, right? Tuesday sweeps this high, sweeps Monday, continues lower, closes below Monday's candle, closes below Tuesday's candle. This one doesn't close, so we start accumulating again. Friday taps this gap, right there. Bam, boom. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, bam. Imbalance, liquidity. Continue. Imbalance, liquidity. Continue. On a higher time frame, this is imbalance. So, where is our target? Up here. Liquidity. It's really simple. It's really simple. If you just mix in time, price, imbalances, and liquidity, and power of 3, you can find the best entries. Let's go over another scalp that I took on Friday. Yes, we had news, so I have to really find this. I'm not sure where it was. Right there, right here. Friday, 10th of January, I believe. Yep. I will also find the executions for this in a bit and show you. Let me really quick find it. All right, I have found my entry. This is what it looked like. If you go on the chart here, we can see I sniped one of the highest levels possible on ES, right above here. Let's go over the top process. Now ignore these gaps, it's completely fine. 8:30, we have news. First of all, here I was looking for a long. I longed on this wick. Why was I looking for a long? Because this high, and this gap also. We sweep this, I get stopped. It's completely fine. It's completely fine. I wait for news to tell me what it wants to do. I know liquidity is upwards. So we sweep the liquidity right there. We sweep it. And I enter instantly. Why? Why do I enter instantly? Knowing I'm going to win. Let's go on here. Let's go on NASDAQ. Where was it? Where was it? I cannot find it. Right here. These are the same highs on NASDAQ. But on NASDAQ, they did not get swept. Look at the difference. This is called an SMT or cracking correlation, right? In other words, if this is what one chart looks like, let's say, for example, this is NQ, and this is NASDAQ, or ES, doesn't matter, it can be other way, it can be the other way. One has swept a high, one hasn't. That shows a crack in correlation because we know NASDAQ and the S&P move the same way. They follow the same price, they have the same targets, they're correlated. But when they crack in correlation, that means one of them is weak and one of them is strong. For example, in this case, I took the ES short. It told me that, okay, ES has already swept this liquidity and NQ hasn't. NQ is going to probably drop lower and ES is going to continue. ES has more volatility or strength, and it swept the price. So it's higher probable. It's higher in probability for me to enter here. I saw that and I entered for a total sweep. And we can see right here, bam. And my TP was around here. I partial below the slow, like 90% of my position. And below these equal lows, I got out because I didn't want to go through the market close. Really simple as that. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Every single day, this repeats. Every single day. 19 minutes long video. I hope this helped you. I go into my videos unscripted. I hope you understand that I don't script anything. Everything that I tell you comes from inside of my brain because I have everything tattooed. It's like a tattoo. It's carved into my head. Hope this helped you. If you want to learn more from me, do join my Discord. I have a lot of resources for you, and I'm active there all the time. And I'm even going to start live trading soon. I don't care if you subscribe. Okay, never mind. Please do subscribe. It helps me. And thank you for watching. Peace out. How do I? What's the